Welcome to the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie, powered in part by Classic of Denton.
Hey guys, thank you for joining me today here at DentonRadio.com with the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie. I'm Diva Girl Ellie, and today we have some special guests. We're going to be talking about Help Portrait Denton, and today we have Katrina and Katie here from Help Portrait Denton, and we're going to share with you what this is all about. And I really want you to pay attention today because this is going to be a big, big deal to help the community and give back. And it's a way for photographers and Dentonites to give back. So pay attention, take notes, everybody listening. And today we have Katrina and Katie. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us. I really appreciate it because, we got to get the word out about Help Portrait Denton because it's a really good thing for the community, like you mentioned. Right now we're needing quite a lot of volunteers and stuff to get together, and then just getting everything together in time for December.
So
December 2nd.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so Help Portrait Denton, it's obviously a way to give back. It is a community event, and it is geared towards people who wouldn't be able to, I want to say, afford a portrait packet otherwise. And that may be anyone. It may be a student. It may be a single mom with kids. It may be a dad with, a parent. It could be anybody. And this is the community's way of giving back. And it's a way of giving a smile to someone. And it's right before the holidays. And what date is it on?
It's on December 2nd. That's a Saturday. And it's running from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
It is a full days of work.
Yeah, full days of work, but that's hopefully so we can get, as many people in to get their portrait taken, help as many people as we can with that.
Okay, so I know that there's been probably, this will be, do you know what year?
I think it's the fifth year. It's the 5th year, and this is actually our first year of organizing it. It started, 2012 is whenever it came to Denton. So Help Portrait is a national thing. Mm-hmm. In 2012, Denton started doing an event, and it's run every year since. Sarah Button usually organizes it. This year she couldn't, so I kind of took over. And since it's my first year, I got Katie
She asked me, yes.
Yeah, I asked her to help me organize it since it's kind of a daunting task.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it is a lot of work.
But the more I learned about it and heard about it, it sounds awesome, and I'm just happy I can be a part of it. So
I think you guys will be just fine. I know I worked with Sarah on it. I think every year but 1 year, and it is a lot of work, and it takes a tribe to make it come together. But if you put the right people underneath you and get the right people who have the same energy and passion to share this type of gift, then you guys will watch this creation become, in short, a miracle. It really is to watch these people come in there and cater to other people in their community. And it is something that I have participated in. I'm a photographer. It comes very close to my heart. I know that there's other, well-known photographers here in Denton that come in and help, and there's makeup artists. So let's kind of talk about Help Portrait from the top to the bottom, beginning to end, basically. So first of all, we have Help Portrait Denton. We have a purpose, and we have the purpose of giving back to the community. And what are you giving them?
ultimately portraits of themselves or their families.
Okay.
A smile.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first and foremost, it's really nice because I guess, especially around here, maybe a lot of college students or, anyone may need portraits for a job resume,
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn, whatever. And, they are pretty expensive. So Help Portrait's a great way to, get that done. Or, it's right before the holidays. So, Christmas cards, if you want a nice, family Christmas card and maybe the family isn't able to do it
And you also brought up
Usually.
a good point earlier, it can make good gifts as well. Being able to get a family photo and sending that to relatives or people that you haven't been able to send that to before. So lots of cool ways to utilize it.
Okay, so you're getting a portrait taken, and when the people come in to get their portrait taken, they're taken through a process, and the process for them may be a little bit intimidating at first, and I do say that for the reason being that when you have people coming in to help portrait for the first time, you're talking about people that may have never had their portrait taken in their life, and I mean that literally. So we'll talk about more about that later in the stories involved with it, but then you literally have people there ready to check them in and walk them through a process. So you get, let's say they get there, they know they're there for the picture, so they get there and you have people waiting for them. So how does it go?
And this brings up a good point, because we're going to need volunteers at every step of the way. So
Exactly.
Yeah. So what happens is, beforehand, we set everything up, and then whenever people come in to get their portraits taken, someone will be there, a docent, to take them, to hair and makeup station, and then to the photographer. Every step of the way, they'll be there with them, to guide them, get to know them, and make them feel special about themselves, while they're before they get their portrait taken. So yeah, it's vital that someone's, with everyone each step, through hair and makeup to the portrait, which is why, we're going to need quite a bit of volunteers to help us, really make it successful.
Okay. So when you get there, you're going to have, and we're going to keep reiterating this through the show, because I do understand the whole process, because I've done it with several years, and they're about to learn the whole process too. And it is definitely going to be a long day, but it's going to be rewarding. I can guarantee you that. And you're going to come back a better person for sharing this experience. And I mean that in the true sense, because you learn so much from everyone there. So when you talk about being with them through the whole process, it is kind of like a guide in the sense that you're guiding them. But we were discussing this before the show. You're going to want somebody who can talk to people.
Right.
So I'm saying we're, because I remember what it's like. So these girls are looking for people who are going to be able to communicate with them, who are going to be dealing with people that may not want to speak otherwise because they're in an environment they're not used to being in, who are going to have children with them that are going to need attention as well.
Right.
So you're going to want to be able to cater to that and shift gears with families, or, maybe a senior citizen comes in and you got to kind of basically walk them through even more so physically walking them through, okay, come sit here or whatnot. So then they get the option of hair and makeup. So that means you also need hair and makeup artists.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excuse me. We'll definitely need hair and makeup artists just to help. My brother. Hi, Anson.
My sister.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, and there's my aunt.
Hey, guys.
Hey, hair and makeup. Yeah. So, that's a really important part of, that's a really important part of the process.
Because you had a great story earlier where people who have never gotten a chance to put on makeup before, or we have a volunteer already. Sign me up. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Chrissy, they're going to get with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone else, go ahead and I'll sign you up right now if you comment.
But you were saying people that have never worn makeup before because they haven't felt the need or didn't realize that they could do their hair, when they got that done to them, they felt so special and awesome and amazing. So
yeah, I mean, like, think about, if any of, if you've ever gotten like your hair done or your makeup
great.
done,
Yeah.
and you're just like, wow, that's me, like there's just this whole thing to it. And that's why the hair and makeup people are so important to the process, because you could, I guess, like, give someone a whole new, like, wow, like, that's me. Yeah, perspective.
And I didn't really think about this when you first told me about it, more than getting a portrait, but even talking with both of y'all, you're making them you're making people feel special and important for a day.
It is very much important. It's a crucial part of the process that a lot of times people may overlook for the sense of, well, it's just cosmetic. No, it's not. When you're a woman, and here I go on my soapbox. When you're a woman, you want to look good, but there's also a thing that a lot of people forget in the process of life, and that's everybody's a masterpiece. And a lot of us tend to be, beat down by life. And when some of those people come in there, you know that they have. And when some of those people come in there and they tell you, I've never put makeup on in my entire life. To us, that's like, what? Mascara, lipstick.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I've never even owned makeup in my life. I've never had it,
Yeah, like, some people may not have the time, or it's just not something they think of, because, yeah, like you said, they're bogged down with other things in their life. And then, doing this at Help Portrait, it's like, kind of like, I'm going to get pampered today, and it's a great feeling. Like, we all love it. Okay.
We all love it.
You all know you do. Okay.
Everybody.
You
know what? Even the guys that go in there
Yes.
are like, sure, do my hair. And it's not just a woman thing. The kids do it, and the girls, the boys do it. The men come in, hey, yeah, can you put some gel in my hair, do whatever you think is best. They're not used to being pampered that way, and it does happen. And the girls take very good care, girls and guys, because we do have male and female makeup artists that do an amazing job.
Yeah.
So, I was talking about the story of the woman who came in and had her hair in a bun, and she's from a family where traditional family. Her hair was wrapped up, and they asked her if she wanted to have her hair done. And she was like, well, I've never had my hair done, ever. She's never straightened her hair. She had curly or wavy hair. They do her hair, they curl it, they put her makeup on, and she could not believe it was her. She started crying because she had never seen herself that way. And her husband, who was really, really stern looking, waiting against the wall, all, mandatory man.
Yeah.
And when he saw his wife, he actually said, that's my wife. He had never seen her like that. So it was something really special to witness when her tears of joy were very genuine, very sincere, and just she was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Her kids were even like, Mom, because her hair was down and it was curled and she looked so pretty. So you're giving them not just a smile, but a sense of pride,
It's kind of cool, too, because because it's a portrait and they're going to get themselves taken a picture like that, they're going to have this memory for the rest of their lives.
Exactly.
Of this day. So that's really neat, I think.
Okay.
It's like, when you take a good selfie and you have to post it everywhere. This gets on Twitter, Instagram. Everybody share it, please.
Yes.
Because that's me. I looked good that day.
So it is a part of, you bring in a part of that experience, and you see that in their portraits. It's really neat. So then you taking them to hair and makeup, and then after that you have your docent who's going to walk them from there. And it is optional. They do not have to have hair and makeup, because some people may be like, you know what? I'm the bomb how I am, so I don't need this.
Au natural.
Yeah, exactly. So then you walk them to their station. And let's talk about that, the stations that are set up. And there's usually how many stations?
About 4 or 5. So.
And when we talk about stations, what are we talking about?
The photo stations.
Yeah.
So there's usually like 4 or 5 photographers set up at different stations, so that we can go to different ones. Which brings me to another point. We are looking for photographers. So if any of you out there,
volunteer photographers. Denton is full of them. Come on, guys, step it up.
Yeah, I know Denton has lots of photographers, guys.
Yep.
So if you want to volunteer, just comment right now, and I will take your name down. But yeah, so it's just the stations are for having the portraits done, and they'll be printed there. So that brings me to another point. We do, if anyone can donate any supplies for printing, paper, ink, a printer, anything.
Even maybe like when you say supplies, water or snacks that we can hand out to people while they're waiting, or anything that's
which isn't. Katie brought up a good point too.
Well, it is a good point because that's a part of the process. It's usually what happens right after the portrait.
Yeah.
Is that, and it's up to you guys the way y'all do the dynamic of it, whether it be before or after, but usually it's afterwards. And since they did everything, they didn't get dirty. The kids don't get, stuff on their.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So, that's exactly why they do it after, so the kids don't get anything on their clothes. And then once they've done their portrait, then the docent takes them to the food table. So if you guys are in a business that is able and willing to participate in this, there is always need for that. And that is, last year I think it was Subway sandwiches, tacos and burritos.
Yeah, like breakfast tacos.
Tacos. What else was there? Cookies, and there was waters and drinks of all kinds. And there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and there's some great local, Denton restaurants out there. So if any of you are watching and want to help out, we absolutely love it. And it would be great.
We got some good comments. People seem interested.
Yeah, definitely read them.
Yeah.
Definitely read them. If you want to read them, you can. You can read it from the top.
For families.
Uriah Stone says, a wonderful experience for families or people who might not be able to afford it otherwise, or giving them a day to reflect and present a portrait of themselves for the family around the holidays. Such a worthy cause.
Yeah, and that's definitely, I definitely agree with that.
I think the more you look into it and learn about it, I think you start seeing it's more than just giving someone a portrait. It's a lot more than that, and it's rewarding for everyone involved.
Yes.
Not only the volunteers, but the people coming as well to get it. So it's, I don't know, I think it's...
Yeah, and it's just another, I love Denton so much because of all the community events, everyone's getting together, and just everyone's willing to help each other out. And if you've never gotten the opportunity to be involved in one of the local events, whether it's like, any Keep Denton Beautiful events or stuff like that, if you're looking to get involved or, know of anyone who might be interested, this is a perfect way to get involved. We'll just, my sister needs, distracted by the comments.
Okay.
But yeah, if you know anyone who might want to be involved, if you want to help out with your community, it's such a good cause, and you can make someone's, whole day or month or, whatever. And it's not only, like Katie was saying, it's not only rewarding for them, but if you've never had the opportunity to like bring a smile to someone's face, like
a genuine
smile like that, it's one of the best feelings in the world to know that you've really touched someone, you've been able to impact them in some way. And I think right now we can all, especially around the holidays, everyone can use that kind of feels, I guess.
Yeah, it basically it's a sense of accomplishment to be able to say, you know what, this was honestly a good day's work. This is what working is about, or should be about, because we get into that rut of just doing the normal routine, and we're robotic in that sense. And when you're able to see, when you actually give willingly without expectation in return, and someone leaves with such a smile or such an appreciation for something that you did, and in my opinion, it's not something complicated, it's something simple that we do, but because we do it all together, all the hard tasks that we have to tackle, it's nothing in comparison to what, other things that are happening. I know our mindset right now is, on the catastrophes that have happened and everything going on in this world, and, just so much stuff. And so this is another way, because everybody gives differently, and we recognize that. So this is a way for an artist to give back, for a photographer to give back, makeup artist. Now, another thing, just because you're not behind the camera, or just because you're not putting on makeup, does not mean you're not needed, or that you will be any less important.
Right.
I didn't do the photo setup or whatnot, but I did B-roll footage. There's always people who need to be behind the scenes taking pictures of the photographers taking portraits, and just B-roll footage of everybody. There's, people that you may want to get a video for this. So if you get a volunteer videographer to come out and be like, hey, I want to give my skills to you and make a video for you. I know we have different videos from the previous years and whatnot. So as far as somebody serving the food, there's somebody who's always needed, and one of the big things that we talked about as well before the show was the need for Spanish speaking docents. And it's been inevitable every year. You're going to need somebody there who speaks Spanish. So if you guys speak Spanish and you guys can communicate and flip-flop back and forth from English to Spanish with people, then they're going to need you. They're going to need your help, your skills.
Definitely.
And it's going to be an all-day thing. I can tell you that right now because I remember, I walked in and I kid you not, I think I was speaking Spanish the whole day there. So, but it's very, very rewarding. Very much so.
And I think another thing that we're still kind of in the search for, in case anyone has any that is wanting to help out, has any ideas or connections, is the location.
Yep.
We kind of have one or a general vicinity type in mind. Maybe like last year was at a middle school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last few years was at
Calhoun
Middle School. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're still settling on a location, and hopefully we'll get that centered soon.
So what kind of location are you looking for? Let's talk about what you need as far as the location, because I can think of a few places here off the top of my head. I won't put them on the spot, but let's talk about what you need, because I know if you're listening or if you guys, and I really, really, really encourage all of you to share this. If you don't share any of my shows, share this one, for the reason being this is beyond what's the studio and the radio. This is helping your community. So please share it, okay? Please, helpers, volunteers needed, photographers.
And I just thought advertising for the event too, if anyone
wants to take over the social media side of it.
Or flyers.
If any, if you have experience with social media, or if you're like a marketing guru or something,
let us know.
just, reach out to us. The volunteer form is not up yet, but I'm planning on getting that in. Right now, I can,
if they reach out to you, I'm sure you'll be able to log them manually until that volunteer form is set up.
Everyone can feel free to reach out to me.
How do they get a hold of you? Go ahead.
The best way is probably by email. My email is ksc0124@unt.edu. So if you're interested, just go ahead and email me right now, and I check my email like all the time, so I'll get back to you pretty fast. Or you can find me on Facebook, Katrina Cherie. You can send me a message there. I'm very responsive. And we actually have a planning group for Help Portrait, a Help Portrait Denton planning group. So, get in contact with me and I can add you to that group so that we can really get the ball rolling and, get things more planned out.
So you have the date, right? You said
December 2nd.
December 2nd. So if you have a place that is available, now let's get back to talking
the
to
place.
The place. Go ahead. Tell us what you...
So ideally just like a sort of like a school gymnasium size area where we'd be able to set up 4 or 5 photography stations, have the hair and makeup station. A fairly large
so any
area.
Type of gymnasium size setting.
Gymnasium size setting, yeah.
Now keep in mind that this is a community event, so if you're in a place to be able to donate that, even better, because you're looking at a lot of people donating their services. So if cost is not a factor for you to donate that, then by all means donate it, and because it will be greatly appreciated. So if you can donate that type of a place,
the whole event is donation based. Everyone's volunteering. Nobody's getting paid. We're not.
Their own equipment is being used.
Their own equipment's being used. Everything. It's all donation based, just so we can come together as a community and help them. So any and all donations are really appreciated.
So you have the venue.
The venue.
The venue's going to need chairs and tables.
Chairs and tables, yes.
Okay, so we already know we need people. We need volunteer people for whatever they want to.
Volunteer people, yeah.
Yeah, whatever they want to fall under, whether it be photographer, docent, food help, anything like that.
Right.
A makeup artist, hair and makeup. Registration, you're going to need somebody there to register.
Yeah.
So now you're calling out for the place if you guys have a place, and then the photographers, if you're willing to give your light setup and your backdrops and your equipment, printer, paper, whatever.
Makeup artists, potentially mirrors, big enough mirrors for people to be able to
Makeup
look
artists,
into.
their tables, their lighting. They will need lighting because a lot of times the gyms were a little bit dim and it was hard. So I know the girls and guys would bring in their own lighting for that reason only, because it was a little dim. What else? Food. We already called out.
Yeah.
If you're in a position to donate any kind of food or snacks, finger foods, anything you're willing to do.
Paper, which I think you said, the supplies for actually printing
supplies.
Yeah.
Any makeup, beauty supplies. If anyone has any,
Unused supplies.
Unused, yes, definitely unused.
And we did have a big major company who's been donating the past. And I'll go ahead and say it. Sally Beauty Supply was a big supplier of our Help Portrait Denton. They've, always been very helpful, and they've donated quite a bit of makeup to that. So if there's anyone else that would like to do that, that's always welcome, because you got to keep it sanitary, and you got to, the girls and guys that do the makeup, they know how to deal with that and spray it. Yeah, keep it all safe and clean and safe. Yeah. And
I was just thinking about this. As far as the location goes, too. Indoors, just in case, it might be cold then, you never know in Texas, but it probably will be pretty chilly or snowing. So, preferably some sort of gymnasium inside.
And in Denton, I know
yes,
I know that's kind of an obvious one, but just because we do want it,
we gotta say
in Denton in the community.
It is very, very possible. Last year it was raining. It was very rainy and cold. So that's very much a possibility. Please be able to have warmth in there if it is cold. So we have a lot that we need for Help Portrait Denton, and I really hope that you guys. It's so easy to like all the memes and funny stuff and click on the entertainment gossip, but this is something that is really worthy of the click, really worthy of the share. Yeah. And even if you can't do it or don't know how to do any of this stuff as far as the photography or the makeup, you can still be a volunteer. Or if all you do is share it with someone who would be good at it, then by all means share it. I know the girls would be greatly appreciative of any of the people that you send their way that are worthy of giving their time and effort and energy. Check them out. Where can they find you on Facebook? And
on Facebook, it's Help Portrait Denton. And I think it's in the video link, if I'm not mistaken. So the link to the Facebook page there, Twitter, Help Portrait DTX. And like I said, you can always get a hold of me on Facebook or through email, anywhere. There's my email address in the comments, actually. So
awesome.
Thanks, Anson, my brother. So you can email me there. And, it is a ways out, like it's in December, but it takes a lot of planning. So it's never too early to reach out even if you're just interested. Just, shoot me an email and we can talk more about it. And I can answer any questions you have. Just reach out if you're even remotely interested or know anyone.
If you guys want more information on Help Portrait Denton as far as a visual, there is a video out there. You can actually Google or look up Help Portrait Denton on Vimeo, I believe, and YouTube, and you will see the actual footage of the actual Help Portrait Dentons in the past come up. So take a look at that. And there is a video out there in the comments of this feed. So make sure you check it out. Click on the link. You'll get an idea of what goes on, and you'll see, honestly, the beauty of giving back to your community in such a sincere way. Obviously, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to the girls here. So I am so thankful that you guys came on board here at the Denton Vibe to shed light about Help Portrait Denton. I really hope that everyone that is interested reaches out to you and doesn't hesitate to give back. And I can't wait to see what you guys do with Help Portrait Denton this year. And I hope that everybody is very supportive of you guys. It's a worthy cause. It's very rewarding. And I hope everyone that's involved with it continues to do it. It's really neat. So I would love to see that flourish even bigger and better and whatnot.
Definitely.
And keep growing, because it is growing. Every year it keeps growing. So other than that, is there anything else you want to add by any chance?
No, just
it's going to be an awesome day.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Definitely.
Bring a smile.
Bring a smile. And yeah, it's just, it'll be a rewarding experience. I guarantee it. And you really don't want to miss it, you know.
No, you don't. And I will attest to that because I've done it, I think 3 or 4 years, 3 out of the 4 years done. So thank you so much.
Thank you for
yeah,
your
thank
help.
you for having us.
Oh, not a problem.
Really appreciate it.
It was really important to me to get the word out for this because it's such a neat project that gives back. So thank you, girls, for being here. Thanks for sharing the love of Held Portrait, and we will see what you guys do this year with it. I can't wait to see what happens.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. You guys tune in next week, and make sure you tune in to all the shows because we're all awesome. Thank you.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.